Welcome back to the channel. Today's an exciting day for the R33. We have a delivery. Hey, we got Trevor here.
Hey.
He's here to make sure everything goes down right with the RB30, right?
It says 26 on the front and 30 right there.
It's to confuse you. So this is an RB30. This is HKS's newest crate motor. It is 3 liter. And it uses the stock block. So you follow the other RB30s where they use that block from Australia from the Patrol.
Yeah.
So this uses a 2.6 block.
Is this with the pistons?
Yes, this is screw-on pistons. So I guess it's old diesel technology. You would know about that. So these are your newest. This is your newest engineered setup. This is step 3, I believe. Whatever it said here. I always forget. Step 3. RB30 number 56. This is the Mac Daddy.
You guys have 55 too.
We have 2 of these. So we have number 55 and number 56. 55 is going into 34 and 56 is going into 33.
Who's 33?
Your boys. The 2.8's coming out. This is going in. And I'm doing something else pretty blasphemous. I'll tell in this video. I'm going single.
Single jingle?
Single for multiple reasons. It's just because it's a 30. I mean, I could go twins on this, but I feel like you'd start like hitting the limitations of the piping and the, and the exhaust and the front pipe, and it's just not worth it.
Like two weird sized turbos where they're kind of almost too small.
Yep.
But then they're like
they're way too big for a 2.6. They'll be pretty responsive on a 30, but then you have this restrictor with the front pipe and the exhaust, and this will be way better. We'll go single. We're going with hopefully their new ball bearing setup. Might do a TO4Z, but I guess we'll see. But
in the HK, that's like a Garrett G series.
The new ones, yeah, the 6290s and they're G series based. I guess they're G35 990s and 770s and all that shit.
You know, it's crazy. You could just buy one of these stock from Toyota.
What, a 30?
A 30.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And then what? Just spin down the road. Just spinning.
Do a burnout down the road.
Yeah, that sucks. So, fuck Toyota. Here we go. Okay, it's a really exciting day for me again for the second time in 6 months. So, my 33 is back in the shop. It's here for a makeover, an engine makeover. So everyone loved this. I love this setup, but it doesn't have enough ass. So what we're gonna do, we're taking the 2.8 out, putting the 30 in that you saw. We're going single. And that's it. I mean, that's really all we're doing. That's all we're doing, just that. So the idea now is to drop this, keep everything nice on this table because it's going into another car, and just get ready to slap a new engine in. Let's do it. Just like that, the engine's out, and it's pretty much gonna stay together. I'm gonna take the subframe. My axles are specific, and my trans, everything else is going to be tossed. At least a little coolant. Okay, so the blue car's been here with us for about a week, and today is the day. We're putting on the lift, we're yanking the engine, we're doing kind of like, I don't want to call it a half-ass job. We're not going to refinish anything in the bay. The goal is to get this car back running for GTR Festival with the setup that came out of my black car. So dropping the engine in, like hand cleaning as much as we can, replacing little things that we have laying around, but not even painting the bay, just kind of running this. So that starts right now. Like that, the engine's out. So we're gonna make this one quick. We don't have time to be making this thing all fucking beautiful. We'll be doing just throwing the engine on the oil pan, putting it back in the car so it runs. The car will end up having to come back and get the treatment, but I want to show you guys something. These are sick. So that's some lights. This car is full of lights. Andrew's a fucking maniac, and he loves flashy shit. And this car, I guess he decided this was going to be the one that he did it to. He went a little further than he did with the 400R, but still got these baller endless brakes. Anyway, next time you'll see this, it'll be an HKS crate motor. Been grinding all other shit, but look, this is about to happen. All right, so the yellow car is all set, and now the blue car is actually all set too. You might be missing a headlight because, of course, Andrew has to swap them into fucking rainbow bright colors in the middle of the night, right?
That's right.
So they're swapping the headlights on. This car is actually leaving right now for SEMA, so he's got to go full SEMA with it when he's doing a bunch of headlight mods. But I never even showed you guys this. Andrew, how do I turn on the headliner?
I think it's on. It's on right now. Look at it.
So that's why your battery's dead. Andrew, why is it on right now?
I just turned it off.
Oh, okay. So he's got that head. All right, how do you turn the lights on the wheels? Fuck, this is SEMA 2006. 2006. Look at the underglow.
1999.
This is so sick. This thing mobbing down the highway, just rainbow brighten.
Yeah. Andrew Walker.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I didn't really film much on this, but it wasn't that interesting of a build because we just took everything from there and put it in here.
Literally everything.
That's all we did. We got the HES airbox, HES pipe, the HES engine.
Only new thing's the radiator.
That's it.
Only different one.
New R33 Nismo radiator. We've got the Nismo intercooler, which is the same as mine. This thing's ready to go. So they're gonna finish up these headlights, and when we get back to this video, we're back on the white car. The engine has to go in so we can fabricate the downpipe. So I just wanted to make sure we got the blue car in the mix. That car ran bone stock on Monday, and it is now Friday, 7 o'clock. It's leaving for SEMA. But the beautiful part is we got to dial it in here. Get excited, fam. My RB26 is ready. Just kidding. It's that boy. So it's on the stand. We got this new boost stock engine stand adapter thing, which, I don't know, kind of cool. You don't need to do all the things you normally need to do, but it's not really necessary. I do notice how it holds it lower. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So your upper bolts are, remember this gap, and this is where your normal situation is. So it's probably 5 inches, 6 inches lower.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good if you were storing them under a rack or something.
Yeah, exactly. So the build of the RB30 begins now. All right, I got the parts back again for my R33. Kind of the same style as last time, with obviously a couple differences because I'm going single. We've got the Nismo Plenum. Gotta have that. We got the HKS front cover with the white lettering. Got the HKS valve cover with the white lettering and a little change here, the 30. And then we have the turbo intercooler pipe. They didn't do the best job. We're gonna have to touch it up. It's not their fault. The letters aren't perfectly straight. Caused a little bit of an issue, but this should look sick. All right, on the 33, we've got some updates. We are bending all new hard lines so that I have larger hard lines. At this power level, at this horsepower level, I'll need that. So here's the first one. And it is matching the factory hard line. We actually ray chem them and cover them so they look nice and they don't chatter and vibrate weird. And I'll show you a finished one, or part of a finished one, on the 34, which we did first. Those are the two new hard lines ray chemmed. They're not cut to size yet, but they are mounted in the chassis permanently now. So that'll be a -8 feed, -6 return, in trunk surge tank, not in tank. So it'll have a 5.5 liter surge tank, fuel cell, mini fuel cell inside the trunk, mounted. So the tank will feed the cell will feed the engine. 1.810 in the cell. I think a 400 lift in the tank. The return returns back to the cell. So you're pretty good there. But yeah, once those two lines are made, the engine can go back in, the gas tank can go back in, etc. And I'll show you the engine, where we're at with the engine, because that's exciting. The engine, I just placed this stuff. It's literally not even bolted on. This intake manifold has nuts on the other side of it. But this is the Nismo intake manifold with the HKS valve covers the RB30 one. I got the single manifold set up with just the hot side for right now. That's actually not even the hot side I'll be running. I got to put the front cover on. I'm just trying to get a vibe check. This fuel rail isn't staying. So we got a lot of shit going on with this. But basically, once we can get the ITBs and the intake manifold on permanently with the fuel rail and the injectors, the engine can go in once the valve covers are on. We're at that position right now where we can put the engine back in once the fuel lines are done. So this is an HKS, old school HKS bottom mount cast kit. Running the exact same one on the white car. And I'll be getting HKS's new 6290 ball bearing turbo. It's like a G35 1050, I think. So the car should make about 750 is the goal on ethanol. And that's going to be kind of nuts. What do you think of that?
Very good.
You think you can handle it?
My car's faster.
Ah, this dude makes 400 wheel in his fucking R35. Anyway, I want to show you my favorite part, which you've all seen many times. Here's the turbo, by the way. Whoops. This is my new intercooler pipe. So when the turbo gets mounted, this sits kind of like this in this recess. And then this feeds right into the factory intercooler piping. This is gangster. The only thing that would make it better would be if it was like here. It's not possible. So it sits about yay. Fuck, that looks good. And we have to touch up this HKS power powder coat. You see on the O there, it's a little messed up. A little bit on the R. Shouldn't be too bad. My 33 with about 1 week to go. The engine's not in the car. We are setting up the fuel system now, and I'm doing something that I'd never done before. Going to run an aftermarket fuel rail. Reason being, we upgraded the fuel lines to -8 feed, -6 return, and we've already got to use fittings and do AN stuff, so I said, fuck it, this thing's gonna make 700 plus horsepower. I can upgrade my fuel system. I know I don't need to. Multiple people have tested the stock fuel rail higher than that, but the bigger issue is the size of the lines that go in and out. I would have to start reducing, and you know, I don't want to do that. So what we have here is a brand new HKS RB26 fuel rail kit. Comes with some fittings that we probably won't use many of, and it comes with a nice purple fuel rail to go with the rest of my Gen 1 HKS purple stuff. So let's get this open, put it on the car. Oh, that was close, and see what we're working with. Oh, actually, I can let's just look at it. That's purple.
I got the same one, boy.
Goes with the cap. Should say goes with both caps because I'm rocking 2 oil caps. And normally you're supposed to do return out of the center, feed, feed. I don't believe I need to do that, so I'm probably just going to plug this, do feed, return, or vice versa. And I've got some tricks I want to do, but I don't know if we'll have the time to do them at this juncture. So stay tuned. We'll see if we do, but that's your vibe. Okay, so obviously I can't film and work, and everyone doesn't think I work, but I've been making this super dumb cool return line, or actually feed line. So the way these fuel rails work, they have a hole here, and a hole here. To balance the tube, you want a feed going to the back and in from the front, and then you want the return to come out of here, because then you pull from the center and everything's balanced, obviously. So this is a -6 hard line with a compression fitting with a tight radius 180 into the HKS fuel rail. Out of this end, I will do, this isn't the final piece, I'll make it longer. It'll go down, it'll slip through here, and it will probably have a compression fitting on this end, or I'll just make it go straight down to have the compression fitting there and actually go under the radiator hose. I haven't decided or seen my clearance area yet, but there's also a hole in the bottom of this, kind of like that one, that I'll be able to retain this hard line with a billet P-clamp. And I love retaining things. So I'm considering polishing this aluminum line or just powder coating it black so it all works well. I kind of want it visible, but also kind of hidden. I want to make sure I don't obstruct the HKS. I want to make sure I don't obstruct the purple and I want to make sure I don't obstruct my return. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to use for return line, because that is not a simple piece. That's going to need to be like a 120 to go through here, but I don't have a ton of room there, so I don't really know. Either way, I'm going to figure out the feeds, and then we'll get to the return, but this is the engine so far. This time, we're at the 33, the RB30, the new HKS RB30 crate engine with the 6290 turbo, Nismo Plenum, all that shit. It's going on. Actually, it might not go in just yet, but it's about to go in. So I want to make sure I get this clip before it does it. We went on a field trip, Jack and I, and we're in a recognizable shop. We're in Spoon's motherfucking shop, and Spoon's here fabbing some stuff for us. And let me start at the beginning. He fabbed up the intake Y, fabbed up. I was gonna say wastegate, yeah. Fabbed up the intercooler pipe piece that we needed, and then a down pipe, and then the hard pipe, the hard part, the wastegate recirc pipe. If I just vented this into the firewall, you'd be a lot happier, right?
No, because I would still have to go around.
Oh, yeah.
Line, heater line.
Oh, yeah.
The research part isn't the hard part. It's just that.
It's just getting in through there.
Good exit, he'd be happy.
Yeah, right?
No, I wouldn't cut a hole in this one. I wouldn't either.
My guy. So, little bit more to go. A little radiator mod, and you're done.
Yeah, no, it'll be done today.
It'll be done.
You
So
have
the
car back tonight.
boys will come back. They'll pick it up. And tomorrow, we have to start buttoning up the fuel system, get the car to run. And that's where this guy comes in. So, Jack's here. We're going to get both cars running. And we're just checking on the progress and picking up some parts. This looks so sick.
I love the inside.
Yeah, that dude, when you sent me that, I was so stoked. Like, wanted it stepped like that. Exactly. And I like how that angle is too. You know what I mean? It just fills that space. I hate when there's open space, or when that's really tight and this isn't. This just matched the energy. Now it's just a fuck house engine bay. So sick. So this will have to come out, get powder coated, a couple other little things, but we're this close. And fresh from Spoon's house, my R33, it's back. I'm going to show you all the fab work here soon, but we had a casualty. We got to get some new ones. You're going to have to repaint that. Oh, yeah. Need some paint. I don't know. No. It's kind of hanging off, but you keep going. I'm comfortable with you still going. It's a 10.5 inch wide wheel, so yeah, you're good over here. As long as that ramp don't roll. All right, so once again, Spoon built us the intake. Well, modified the HKSY and built the C intake. Modified this pipe to match up a little better. Built the downpipe and recirc, which look fucking fantastic. And the only issue is we have to disconnect it, uninstall it, because we have to put a gasket in here. And he modified my radiator. So we have to modify the banjo there. I hate those. I've always hated those breather lines. We got to finish my fuel system, put the radiator in, hook up the piping, strut bar, start it, hit 200. That's it. We got to get this thing inside though. The fab is going on the white car at the same time. We're doing stuff to my car. Spoon got everything finished like we showed. Now we have to heat sleeve a bunch of stuff and dial this. So radiator's now in. I've been planning out the AN lines and we're just trying to dial all the little fitment things. The injectors are in, but not the fuel rail setup. I want to show you my fuel rail setup. My fuel rail is an HKS, and these aren't finished yet, but I wanted to return. I didn't want to do the feed like Wyatt. I want them to be in the same place. So we did this hard line, which isn't dialed yet, but it's held on with a P-clip there. Hold on, let me twist this. There we go. Super straight, super good. And that will go in with my Dishworks 1500cc injectors for all the power. So we have to modify a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We have to lower the front of my car so it looks super fucking dumb. And today we want to start this, right, Jack? That's not the height.
Today I want to rage this.
No, brand new RB30.
All right.
We got to put 200 minutes on it first.
We're going. We're gonna go for a nice cruise in the countryside.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So that's probably, but I doubt we're gonna do that, but I hope we're gonna do that. Look at this, all hands on deck. It's been a rough couple hours here.
Look at my bags.
Dude's tired, you know? This is kind of set. This guy's wide fucking awake.
Coffee with no cream.
Hey!
All right, let's go.
How you guys doing?
Jack, you want to get in there? We'll be outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we be in the trunk or trunk's 100%?
Trunk's 100%.
Okay. So, we had a little injector sealing issue. We had to modify some stuff. Ignore these wires. We're going to shoot base timing here shortly, but we have to make sure the injectors don't leak. Yeah. All right, so we got a lot of fuel pumping. We got an HKS.
Oh, kill it.
Kill it. All right, we fixed that little leak. Give me a crank. This is going to be the first start on the R33 HKS crate motor fucking monster. So close. A little high idle there.
Let's see if that cable's.
A little ITB sync scenario we have to do, but let's give it a start and hope this works. No more high idle. That's a high idle. All right, here we go. It's time. We've got, I think, everything dialed. What do you think, Jack?
Pretty close.
You think so?
Yeah.
Cross your dicks.
Only got one.
Cross it up. Knot it up. All right, here we go. Alan, watch your little fingies. RB30. Junk. Still got a dial idle. Holy shit. It's gotten louder. That single made it louder. How's everything looking?
Time to dial her in.
Dial it in.
Ready.
So these two are going together, but this is kind of a vibe check here to show you. We have a crazy task right now. So you'll see these two. This turbo is much smaller than what this kit was originally run for. So we've got a gap. We need a gap there, and we need to wrap it with heat wrap so we don't melt the coupler. If we melt that coupler, my day is over. I'll be driving around with an NA 3-liter like a fucking IS 300. So I'm not trying to do that. So we've got to get some crazy DEI, shout out DEI, for their header wrap stuff. We will revisit this. What I'd like to do is get one of those like turbo blankets made just to wrap that coupler and the T-bolts. Because right now, we have to tighten the T-bolts and then wrap it. And if that coupler pops off, which it never really does, knock on wood, we're fucked. We'll have to cut the heat wrap off, tighten the bolt. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Luckily, it's the turbo's cast and the pipe is cast instead of just some aluminum shit. So you're not really gonna crush it with the T-bolt. We can go kinda hard, but you're gonna get to a point where you start cutting the coupler and squeezing its brains out. We don't wanna do that. Pray for us. That is the only scary failure part on the whole car. You hit record.
Yes.
Says recording.
It says recording.
All right, so check this out. We've got this all set up. Get in there. See this? This is newly fabricated. And I wanted to add a little bling bling. They had this little wastegate. You can stay there. Okay, goes. I had this wastegate shield that goes on an internal gate. We mounted it to the V-band. And now it's going to look like that. Cut it and we'll install it. The moment I've been waiting a couple of weeks for. You know, everyone's like, the moment I've waited my whole life. Dream. This is a dream.
Is it?
I mean, it's a
Since
dream
when?
that just, like, when I found out they were making a 30 a couple of years ago. Tokyo Auto Salon, 2019 when we went.
You're right.
We saw this.
Mobbing in that stagey.
Yeah, hell yeah. So,
fun.
next to Jack from here over is what I would consider my perfect engine bay. A couple things I wish I could tweak, but they're so fucking small and annoying. You guys would think I'm even weirder than I am. So, I'm not going to talk about them, but I'll show you the bay and I'll show you the little tricks and the cool stuff we did. I'm going to start from this side and move over to the side that changed. So everything from here is similar. We've got the ARC catch can modified. We did add a little modification to it so it drains to the ground here. Moving over here, we've got the blow-off valve still in the same place. Nismo Intake manifold still in the same place. Everything here is unchanged except we started the fuel system. So we have the HKS fuel rail. We've got my fuel return that I love. We need to retain it a little bit here. We might do something between these two, but I love that. And then, wham, you've got the good side. So tomorrow morning, I'll be bringing this piece to the powder coater. We hard mounted that. Spoon built the down pipe. Spoon modified some intercooler piping. And we got everything where it needs to be. I need to change these 2 bolts because Andrew changed them for me because they were hitting the hood. So we need to change those to something I accept more. And my favorite part at this junction is this. So what we've got here is the HKS external gate. And this piece, you might look loose, but it's just riveted, is a shield for an internally gated turbo. It goes over the internal gate. And I wanted to run it on this. So we had it welded to the V-band. So now it kind of helps. It's aesthetic. You can see it.
It's a one of a kind.
It's a one of a kind. No one else has that on a 60 mil HKS external gate.
One of a kind.
One of one.
Right.
We got to shorten this a little bit, but then we got to turn it down. But besides that, that's all dialed. We forgot something.
Radiator cap.
Radiator cap, coil cover, and my strut bar. Yeah, so while Alex is doing this, we gotta hook up the wastegate, and then we're gonna try to hit the streets before Jack has to leave in like an hour.
Always.
And then this car leaves tomorrow for Texas, and then we get to Texas and we have to continue tuning it, which it's whatever. But tomorrow I'll be driving it.
Does it ever end?
Doesn't end. Did the 2.8, same thing. Got the Cali, barely running.
You never really finished tuning the 2.8?
We never finished the 2.8.
You're already like, let's go.
And I raced that R33 and smoked it. So the 2.8 was good. Did what I needed to do. Moved on. Done. Anyway, as soon as he's done with that, we can get a couple things in. We're going to hit the streets.
Take over Tom.
Take over Tom's in town. The drive was successful. We were able to hit boost. The car sounds and shreds the gnar. Sounds gnarly, shreds gnarly. We just have to tighten a fuel line that was it was like weeping. And we lost a coupler, which we got to tighten up. Tomorrow, I have to take these intakes, this intake Y to the powder coater, and a couple other little items, and then we're ready to go tomorrow night. I'll be messing with this all day tomorrow, but for now, I'm gonna end the video here. Get excited for GTR Festival. The RB30 twins are going. We plan on fucking shit up, having a bunch of fun on the highways in Texas, and it should be a good time. Thanks for watching. See you boys next time, and put in the comments what you think of the new Big Block Beast. Bye.